Who doesn't like sitting and working right next to their car? This was like always a dream of mine, to put a desk right next to my car. This is now a couple days into trading on the setup, and I'll show you what we've got going on today. I'm in actually 4 different trades. The market has finally come back into the green on the year. So now the S&P 500 is slightly green in 2025. Today, the market is up about 1%. I'm currently in 4 positions. You can see those on my right screen here. I am in some RUN calls, which RUN right now is trading up about 18% on the day. Really just looking to see a move back up to highs at 1323. We're way outside of our ranges, our averages. So really abnormal day here for RUN. I did get in longs earlier today, so I am slightly up on those. And then down here, I got into some BULL calls, really targeting that 50% win rate line right there. That's our conservative level, which I'm looking to see potentially hit in the next 2 to 3 days. And then I'm in some NVO puts. Now these NVO puts, they were down about 50% on Friday. I swung those through the weekend. I added a bit more yesterday, and today those have recovered a good bit. NVO is down 3.31%. And then finally, we are in some hood puts. Just took a short to try to short off of this top because hood is super overextended, up 10% on the day. So typically if I see stocks that are super overextended, there might be an opportunity for shorts there. I know I am in some longs on run, which is up a lot, but we'll see how these hood shorts do play out. Right now, just kind of keeping an eye here on my top screen as the orders do come through on my software. This is how I figure out what stock I'm gonna trade and then what direction to actually bet on that stock going. So far, we've had about 61 orders today, and a couple of those orders did hit my filter criteria, including those hood puts that I did mention. So let's do a little tour of my trading setup. Obviously, we've got the 4 24-inch Dell monitors plugged into my Mac Mini. I don't think that's what it's actually called. I always forget what that's called. We've got the Rolex box from, I don't actually know, I think this might have been from my first Rolex. I've had this box for a while. I've had a couple Rolexes, but this is kind of cool here. It's like an old fire starter. I found this in like an antique store, and it's like kind of a joke. It's a money roll, but it's actually like a fire starter. Got the bull in the back, obviously the Wall Street Bull. And as far as my workflow goes, on the left screen here, this is typically where I have the Discord. If I'm sending out trades to the mentorship group, working with my students, every morning I'm live inside here. That's always pulled up. I'm constantly sending out updates throughout the day. On the top screen here, this is where I have my trading software. Now this is my own custom built piece of software that I use to actually find the stocks that I trade and know what direction to bet on those stocks going. So really all my trading does kind of derive from this software. And then when it's time to enter the actual trades, this is just my main broker. I'm on Charles Schwab. I trade US options, regulated options. I don't trade futures, Forex, none of that. So options trading, I'm gonna buy and sell on my broker here, this main screen, which I'll just use pretty much to pull up the options chain and then enter those positions within here. Over the years, I've kind of slowly minimized my workflow and optimized that workflow as I've been doing this now for about 9 years. On the right side here, because I'm in 4 trades right now, I've got 4 charts pulled up where I can see all of those charts. Microphone, which I forgot to mention, obviously want to have good audio, especially here in the warehouse. And then right now I'm just monitoring those trades. I've got my alerts set, so I'll just get notified via my phone if any of those levels, TP or SL, are hit. That is the setup and the workflow. I could do this all on my computer. It's just a lot more inconvenient on one screen. The workflow is a lot more challenging. It's hard to share multiple screens when I'm live streaming, and it just takes a lot longer to do things. And with a lot of the day trading that I'm currently doing, it makes it a little more difficult to actually enter those trades on time. So essentially, I'm trading 2 different strategies. I'm trading one strategy on my main account right now, which is totally day trading. And that's the account that I trade with 500,000 on. And then what I did was I started a smaller account, which I'm trading And that is just like a small account challenge I'm kind of doing for fun for myself and for the guys to follow along, where I'm swing trading, I'm day trading, I'm using like a combination of strategies on a $3,000 account. So that's those 4 trades that I have open right now. Those are on the small account. I actually have no trades on my main account. Those trades that I take on my main account, I'm in with anywhere between 15 to 30,000 per position. All right, so I just closed out half of my NVO shorts. I closed out the half that I had averaged into actually buying them for like 40% less. This is just for the small account, like I said, which I'm being a little bit more risky with. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna let the mentorship group know that I did just close those NVO puts for about a 23% gain. So you can see here on my screen, I added these NVO puts at $12 per contract. That was yesterday at 130. My average fill was 12. That would be a total of 22.22% profit. We'll go ahead, we'll send that out to the mentorship group. So now I'm still in just about half of my original NVO position, which is technically still down, but we'll hopefully get a recovery if we get some follow through to the downside today. Those contracts should be up by market close. Kind of cool having like multiple places to work out and being able to come work out at your own bar. So like this, and let's see, the couch, and I guess I could sit in the gym too and trade. There's like so many different areas in the warehouse, which is just super fun, that I'll come and I'll just sit here and work instead of just sitting at my desk. What we're seeing with SPY today, and this is typical, where if you can look and see how the green line right there and the yellow line essentially are going to represent, well, what's in between them, the average price where a stock will trade during the day. And SPY spent most of today, you can see, since about 10:09 trading within this green zone. So like today's SPY has been trading since about 10 o'clock within our green zone here. Now this is just a high probability zone, a high essentially likelihood area where SPY will spend most of the day trading. Now this can be applied and go on any other stock or any other chart on a 1 minute time frame, and SPY is spending most of its day within this range. And so really right now, as we head into like mid-afternoon session, things start to slow down a lot, and SPY has kind of now faltered out and kind of just started trading in a bit of a range within inside our green zone. And honestly, at this point, I don't have much to do, so I'm either gonna work out or just go outside and fuck, I don't know what to do. This is the thing, when you're trading, it's like you're kind of sitting here waiting for the moves to happen, the moves to play out, especially if you're swing trading. And this could lead to over trading, but whenever I start feeling kind of like bored and just checking in on my charts and just seeing what's going on, and like then I start getting the urge to want to enter another trade, typically I'll just shut off my computer and try to go do something active. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. All right, so we just got to the courts. I am waiting on my buddy who actually used to co-host the podcast with me. But like I said, we will see how these 4 trades pan out. We'll probably, depending on what happens in the next couple minutes here, end up swinging them overnight. But the market today finally did just break into the green. So officially, SPY is green on the year. So, you know, I won. No, we decided we need to play like 5 more times before we try to play a match.
Yeah.